らい発射いきなり発射いきなり発射いきなり発射
Welcome back, viewers, to Ready, Aim, Fire, Episode 3. Today,
right.
as you can see, I'm joined by my special guest, who's always here, Brody Colwell. And we have no other special guests this episode, because Miller has pneumonia, and Lucas Moore is unavailable. And
That's right. So we're just gonna make stuff up and we're just gonna see where it goes.
we're just gonna, roll with it,
That's right. So we're gonna start with comments,
as we usually do.
as we usually do.
But thank you for the comments, by the way, of course. We love them.
Yes, of course. So first we have Frogtoes08 saying thank you for the Boomville shout out in our previous video. We ran a Boomville shout out.
And I'm sorry, this was brought to our attention. We said mines. We said that we walk around metaphorical mines, when actually we walk around metaphorical bombs every day.
If you need any questions, refer to Lucas's videos on Boomville.
Yes, he has several that will explain everything.
And then he says it kind of reminds me how every day we walk around metaphorical bombs.
We do. Yes.
Which is what he says. So, that's how it is. We have the epic sword saying, in quotation marks, someone said in the video, it's me and Brody's child. And then he says, got to him before me.
Wait, what? It's me and Brody's child. Got to him before me. I don't know what that means. I don't recall.
And then the same person says, Lucas Moore truly does not need an introduction, which
He
no,
doesn't.
He
I
doesn't.
mean, John Sword has never said that.
No.
More correct.
Welcome to the circus. Said, dude, you should do a little Halloween content. It's around the time of the year.
We'll get to that later.
We will. This will happen in this video. Lucas So4In says, this is the podcast of all time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We love to hear
yeah.
positive feedback, and constructive criticism is always great to
Yeah,
hear.
we love to hear hatred just
Yeah,
thrown at us.
no. Like we started a non-stop violent hate group, and right now I think it's targeted towards who? Is it
was
Winkle?
Either Winkle.
It's either Winkle or Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just be on the lookout.
We'll find out. If you want to join,
Just reach out to us.
Yeah, okay. Sigma Gyat said, Miller and Luca make my wee wee go boy boy.
And poetry, really.
Yeah, really, really poetry. Cactus Jackson 90210 says, comment, salute, emote.
We ask for comments, and every comment is a win.
Yeah, the legendary Jack4915 says, I don't appreciate the lies and slander of my name at 1 minute 12.
We're sorry. But it's not so much lies and slander as it is truth and expression of how we feel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
we'll definitely get you on the podcast sometime.
And then the final comment is again by Cactus Jackson 90210 saying, also isn't it Brody Robert Colwell, not James? I don't know what he's referring to, but yes, my name is Brody Robert Colwell.
It's
not
Brody James Colwell. Everybody's middle name is actually James, except for if it's Donovan. That's a little fun fact.
Yeah, so that's basically that. We're gonna touch on a few topics.
Well, we have some notes actually we prepared for this episode. Of
We are
course,
ready.
we're going to go on
Yeah.
many different adventures.
Yeah, and of course no cuts, so you're just gonna see all
No
the
cuts.
horrible things that we do.
Yeah, this guy, we made an intro, and I think now that will be the only actual editing that we'll ever have.
Yeah, you'll see it in the beginning, so you'll know what we're talking about. But
Yes, and if you want to know the lyrics, you're never going to find them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have them, but
We have 'em.
you're not gonna. Yeah. Anyways, we'll start off with Halloween. That's coming up. It's the 22nd, I think. Is it?
It is the 22nd
So-
today. Halloween, 31st, so 9 days.
Yes, 9 days. I'll get participating in Halloween.
Halloween is my favorite holiday. I mean, I think it's just the most fun. You get to dress up, hang out with all your friends, of course, get wasted. Nobody bats an eye. So, I'm gonna go with Joel, I think.
Mhm.
We're gonna go trick-or-treating, because, you're never too old to go trick-or-treating.
That's right. That's right. Whatever you want.
I don't know what my costume is. I was thinking it was gonna be Gravity Falls based, so either Seuss or Grunkle Stan.
Of course.
But also, maybe whatever he wants to do, I'm down.
Yeah. Duo costumes are always
Duo costumes are great,
great. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And you're going with Jackson?
Yes.
right?
Yes, we're doing a Fight Club. So Tyler and the narrator, which is basically, if you watch the movie.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
Anyways, candy. Well, what do you prefer to get on a?
I'm gonna
Halloween
say
day?
it. I don't enjoy candy.
No.
No. I don't go for the candy. Usually, I end up giving my candy to someone else.
Okay.
Especially now. I mean, it's just so unhealthy, and it's no flavor. I mean, it has flavor, but it's no substance. It's incredibly unhealthy for you, bad for your teeth. It's just all around not great for you.
Yeah, that's true.
But I will say, I enjoy a good Butterfinger, and if it's sour or gummy, I'm all in.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, that sour and gummy, honestly, two of the best combos.
candy, yeah.
Best candy.
What about you?
Well, I mean, I like chocolate. I'm a big chocolate guy.
Mhm.
Very unhealthy, I know, but I prefer it over most candies. So like Hershey's, Kit Kat, stuff like that. M&Ms, I love M&Ms, and I'm really looking for. I really like cookies and cream Hershey bars. Those are my favorite. The crunchiness, I just really like that.
I think, yeah. I'm personally not a big fan of chocolate. I think there's just so many better options. I've never been a
I
big
get it.
fan.
I get it.
Let's talk movies. Halloween movies. I mean, we can't not talk about Halloween. You know,
That's true. That's true. I haven't seen
I haven't seen it either.
really the original Halloween.
I haven't
movie.
seen the original Halloween either.
No.
I recently watched this one movie with Joel Donovan Stanley, and his name, or the name of the movie was The Sadness, and I'll explain it to you. So basically, this movie, it's a zombie movie based in Taiwan. It's all in Chinese. I don't know. I don't know if they have
Taiwanese.
I don't know if they have a different dialect over there. They probably do. But it attacks the center of your brain that deals with aggression, specifically like murder and like hatred and stuff. And it basically locks you into your body and it forces you to go and commit heinous acts. And like your brain is still there, but your body does the acts. So you can see the zombies actually crying the whole time. Beautiful movie, very well done. There's a few scenes in it, especially graphic. Do not recommend to the younger or more prone to gagging audience.
Queasy.
Yes, queasy is the word I was looking for. It's a great movie though. It ends in a very, very great way. Very, very shocking. It's one of those movies where it's like you can't really tell how the ending is. You
Yeah.
know, and yeah, I mean to understand it, you really have to go watch it. How about you? What's your scary movie? you'd
Well,
say?
I mean, I just haven't watched too many. I know about some really good ones.
Mhm.
Like, there's a really famous one, Hereditary, if you've seen that.
I have not.
Terrifying. Like,
Really?
It's really scary. Really graphic, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Viewer discretion applies.
Mhm.
But personally, the only main ones I've seen is Scream. I've always been a big Scream fan. I love Ghostface and, like, the
Yeah.
design and, like, how it can be anyone, you know. And I love the first one. I love Stu, which is Matthew Lillard. I love that actor. And that's just one of my personal favorites. Just, like, you know, go back to and watch every once in a while.
Yeah, I got it. I think the scariest movie that I ever watched, personally to me, was Sinister.
Sinister.
I will say the first scary movie I watched was It, and back then I had a big, big fear of clowns. Still probably do, honestly.
Depends, yeah.
Depends. I could punch a clown in its face, but I'm not going to be friends with it, you know. But the scariest movie I ever watched was Sinister, and I think that was because where I watched it. So my friend Joel Stanley, who we'll get on the podcast sometime, we were in Florida, and it was a dark and stormy night. Like it was probably 1 a.m.
That's just ominous.
and it was like thunderstorming, like Florida, and we were like, the house that we were in was like on stilts. It's kind of strange, and it's all windows, so you can see all around you, and it was creepy, right? And it was just a very scary movie.
I get that, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And also, I hate little kids.
yeah, little kids can really be a pain.
Yeah, so let's move on topics now.
So we reviewed comments. We want to give a shout out to just two things.
To two things.
Personally, Augie wants to give a shout out to Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, I just think he's a great speaker, great player, great person. You know, and he had some trouble with gambling, but every athlete struggles, every person struggles, and I just think there's a lot worse of a person that you could be if you're the best at your sport. You know, several athletes have gone on to do just terrible things.
That's true. That's true.
And you know, I think Michael Jordan is a good example of what we should want from our athletes.
That's true.
So shout out.
Yeah, very iconic, very impactful.
And I like the shoes,
Yeah, the shoes are great.
the black and red ones.
The black and ones especially are great.
Yes. All right, you got it.
And personally, I think from both of us, we want to shout out the entire election. No specific
No,
side.
we just love to watch. You know,
We just like the arguments are so funny.
Yeah.
Can you really?
like especially this election. Like last election, we had Sleepy Joe, and I thought that was really funny.
That's a funny meme.
But this year, it's not even the memes or anything. It's just the candidates are just hilarious.
They're
you know?
very funny. I mean, they
Because,
just they don't know what they're doing.
And we're not going to go into the politics side, but, you know.
If you want to, go vote if you can.
Yes,
it does
please
matter.
vote.
It does
Please
matter.
vote. It does matter. If you can, tell people to vote. Don't tell them who to vote for. Don't be judgy. Just tell them to vote because
Some know.
that's your right as an American
Some know.
citizen. And I remember last election, if we counted did not vote as a candidate, then it would have won by popular vote, which is really sad.
Okay. Yeah. We do have a request that we could possibly do. Okay. We are requesting that maybe perhaps we have some help from you guys.
Yes.
You know, such as.
As our principal walked by. No, you're good.
Anyways, we would just want to request possible. I know some of you are not artists.
Oh yes, we want
But
fan
fan
art.
art.
We want fan art.
Fan art would be very cool.
We'll
We
show
don't-
them in the
We'll
beginning.
show it if you give us to it. It doesn't have to be
Particularly
physical
great.
or great. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be online. We could just show it in the beginning or something.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. But
And we'll discuss. So, like, say if you wanted us to talk about, I don't know, say like Star Wars. If you did a Star Wars picture, we talk about Star
we
Wars.
talk about Star Wars. We talk about the drawing.
It's a
we
great way to
discuss it,
it's a great way to get our point across.
Yeah.
So,
say
what's
the
next?
least. Well, we do have a YouTuber that I think is near and dear
Oh, yes.
to all you guys' hearts. as
Especially from like the childhood era, you know. And we were discussing like the rise and fall of basically the Roman Empire, or what you want to say, people, you know. And I think this person had one of the most tragic falls.
very tragic. It's really a shame. And
And
I mean, that person would be the legendary YouTuber.
it's
Minecraft.
17.1 million subscribers to this day. You know, but probably the best of his era
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah,
The-
I would say
super
so.
great guy. I mean, super great
At his time.
at that time.
At his time.
Great for families to watch together. Great, great like a captivator, like very captivating.
Very captivating.
Very scheduled with his releases.
He
Like
did have a
every
very
day,
good
he had,
itinerary.
every day he had several episodes.
All very entertaining. Not
All
just
very
like lame, boring, like
Uh,
slop.
his partner that he was doing it with, super funny, super great. You know, just a great yin and yang. Honestly.
Great, yeah. Great bounce off.
And of course Brody, who is it?
It's popular MMOs.
Popular MMOs.
If
One of-
you're familiar, please let us know. And tell us what you think. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great YouTuber. Great times.
Great guy.
Yeah, and it was a shame what happened.
And I don't think it's all necessarily his fault. You know, we always hear about the man doing wrong, but if you look into the story, it was a case of, you know, iffy situations where someone said this, he said this.
you never really know.
You never know. And I think we have to take into account all the good that he's done for the world, for children. I'd say for me,
He made many happy. He developed.
he did, honestly. He gave me several phrases that I still use today, you know.
Yeah. It's really great time. If you haven't watched his videos, just go back, scroll.
I recommend Series of Epic Proportions and the challenge games,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, just great YouTube all around. We don't have that much left, and we have 15 minutes. We have on here perhaps video games, like a topic that we could discuss.
We could discuss that. So, what would you say is your favorite?
Oh, that's hard to say. I've played many good games in my time.
Yes.
But I know you haven't played this one, and I'm sure some of you are familiar with the game. Either Elden Ring or Dark Souls 3. And here's why. It's hard, all right? You
Mhm.
go into it, and you're not expecting us, like, a challenge. And you get in there, and you're dying so many times.
I think that, okay, yeah, sorry to cut you off, but I think games that are challenging, immediately more captivating,
Yeah.
immediately more wanted to
Because you
play.
want to get good. You want to
Yeah.
learn the way to survive.
Yes.
Like in Sifu, which is a game
Oh
I
my
recommended
gosh.
to you, that he...
I tried it out, you know. I played a little bit, got through a few missions. Wasn't really my cup of tea, but
The premise of the game is that whenever you die, you age, and at a certain point, you just stop aging. You have to restart the entire thing.
yeah, it was kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's very...
It's very if you get good at it, then you're really good at it. If you're bad at it, then you're really bad at it.
Yeah, and it feels good to be good at it. So
Yeah.
I mean, I personally like those types of games where I can learn and develop inside, in the level even. Like just like I learned like a key mechanic or something stupid like that.
Yeah. So,
Well,
what were you talking about with Elden Ring? And
well, you see, just going in and having to fight the same boss 50 times may not sound fun, but learning each individual move and
Mhm.
learning what you can do to do better and learning your class, learning what weapons suit you the most, that's what's fun to me.
yes, yes. Is there like one path to take? Like, is there a story?
Well, in Dark Souls 3, it's linear, as
Mhm.
in it's kind of, you can't explore much, and it's just like a straight path, really.
Yes.
In Elden Ring, it's completely exploration. There's a main story, but you don't have to fight all the bosses.
Yes.
It's only like certain bosses that you have to fight.
You know what that reminds me of?
Mhm.
It reminds me of two games. And I'll tell you the differences between the two games and why I preferred one more than the other. First one I immediately thought of was Jedi Survivor, which I played a fair deal of it, right? I was not the biggest fan because it was linear, but on the same time the line was so wide, you know, that like you could go anywhere basically and
No,
do
I get
anything.
That. I get that.
And so it's like, if you wanted to get to a certain mission, there were so many different pathways you could take down. And of course, you wanted to go down all of them.
Yeah.
Just like you don't know if you got a new lightsaber accessory, which was my
You can't
favorite.
necessarily can't.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And then the other one it reminds me of was, which one of those? Oh, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's a
It
good
has
one.
it has a story, right? But there are so many different side missions, side quests that you can go on that you can go on and necessarily have to go on just because you need that experience to level up.
Yeah.
And it's difficult, you know? Like, it's crazy difficult, and it's so open world. It's great.
You know, one thing Elden Ring struggles with is the quest, because they don't tell you really anything, and you can lock yourself out of a quest so easily just
Yeah.
by like doing the wrong thing.
Oh, really?
It's very odd, yes. And
Mhm.
it's just a very. But besides that, the game is really amazing.
Would you recommend?
Oh yes, to everyone.
I recommend Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Great game, and I don't think now it definitely shouldn't be that expensive.
Very cheap.
Survivor, I would not really recommend it. If you want to have a good game, do Fallen Order. That's a great game.
That is a good game. Fallen Order is quite an amazing
They're
game.
not saying that Survivor's necessarily bad.
It just wasn't our
It's-
cup of tea.
It's not our cup of tea, and it's just so long. It didn't make
I
sense.
feel like it had such a great basis and good potential, but
Yeah.
it just didn't run with it how I wanted it to run with.
But yeah. Do we have anything else we're gonna talk
No,
about?
but I will say, next AIM, which is on Thursday, we have an interview, a very special.
We do. We're not going to tell you who it is.
It's very big.
It's-
I don't know how we got I don't know how we managed to get it, but we did.
Oh, also, I'm gonna let you know, just the audience, and don't tell us to anybody. I'm reaching out to a few high factor people. I'm gonna tell you one of them.
Not be named.
I'm gonna tell you one of them.
Just one.
Dan Poppmeyer.
He
creator of Phineas and Ferb. I reached
might.
out, and we're gonna exchange a few words, and we're gonna see if we can get him on the podcast. You know?
We are very consistent, and we want to make sure that we can try to reach out to everyone and get someone with knowledge on here.
We really want to.
Because we
yeah.
want knowledge. We want knowledge. That's all we want.
And I think, again, like popular MMOs, Phineas and Ferb shaped my childhood. I don't know necessarily about you, Road. But it was a family thing that we could all watch together. Because it's for the adults, but it's also for the kids, you know?
Yep.
Similarly with shows like Gravity Falls or, yeah.
What do you think, besides I know we talked about animated shows, which,
Yes.
you know, there's plenty of really
There's plenty of
great
great
ones.
But
What do you think about more live shows?
like I'm a big fan of sitcoms.
Okay, sitcoms.
And
sitcoms.
comedies. So, I guess I'm going to say something that's not a sitcom, but The Office.
The Office is definitely one of the greatest shows of all time.
Probably top three.
Top three. I would
Best
say
characters, I'm going to say. Best characters.
Because what it does differently than every other sitcom,
No laugh track.
it's called a mockumentary.
Mhm.
Because it mocks the idea of a documentary. of course.
Exactly.
And there's no laugh track, which makes it so much funnier.
Yes, because it's like you're laughing and you feel like you don't have to laugh.
It's not telling you to laugh.
Yeah.
You just do, because it's just so funny. And it's so awkward, and that's what The Office is.
Especially like the first, I'm going to say 2, maybe 3 seasons, you have Michael Scott, and he's a bad branch manager. He's a good branch manager who's really bad at what he does. Like his he's got the best branch of any. Actually, no. The first 3 seasons, they were going to be downsized.
That's
Like
true.
that was a big threat, right?
That's true.
We made to see how Michael handled that, but then we saw him grow when he was dating Jan and when he dumped Jan and his life in season 4,
Yes.
and we saw him grow. We saw him change.
I feel like people didn't appreciate Michael Scott until he was gone.
Exactly, and I think he's one of those. I think the audience even really didn't value him until like he realized like just how much they cared about him. So like in season 5, season 6, and then the end in season 7, you really just see him, you know, maturing, growing up, getting a partner, you know, becoming the best branch manager that Dunder Mifflin had ever
Of all
seen.
time.
Yeah,
I mean-
becoming the highest ranking member of Dunder Mifflin. You know.
That's a tough thing, and
It's a
he
tough
pulled
thing.
up. He pulled it off, and I think we should respect him more for that.
So that's just one character growth that I saw. I mean, there's everybody,
Yeah.
every character grows.
In The Office, not one character doesn't grow,
Not-
except for Creed. Because Creed,
I don't know. I think Creed, even at the end,
I think he's the same.
much different from when he began.
You think he's much different?
Because it's like at the end, in the very season finale, right? We get the big monologue of him talking, and it's probably the most moving part of the entire show. I don't care what you say.
It's true. It's true.
We have him talking about, you know, what he learned here and how, you know, he got there the first day and he like, it's all so arbitrary, how everything just seemed to move in one line and he eventually ended up here and he had the best time of his life, you know?
It's true.
And then of course he got arrested, but, you know,
Yeah.
everybody gets arrested.
Everyone gets arrested. At least once. Name a time you got arrested.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it down in the comment section.
Yeah. My grandpa got arrested for, I think, peeing in public.
Really?
Or something to do with the cop car.
On someone. Was it on someone?
I don't know.
All right.
But it could be public indecency either way.
I don't know. I think if you pee in public on the side of a road, you should not be arrested for that.
Yeah, but they can see your wee-wee.
I don't know if they can.
Well, if you do it carefully, sure.
I don't know.
It's a tough situation.
It's a slippery
What would
slope.
you guys do? We have so many questions for you.
We have a few minutes, honestly. What time is it?
It's 11:09, so we have about 6 minutes. But
About
we,
6 minutes?
Yeah. We will need time to edit. Well, not edit.
Well, not.
Put in
we don't
the-
edit.
we don't
We
edit.
have to put
in the video,
the
the intro, because the intro is going to be the basis. You guys are going to know us for that.
Yeah, well, I think this is a good place to wrap
Yeah,
it up.
big interview. Please come to that. Please see it. It's going to be a great interview. Great
Remember,
time.
I'm reaching out to Dan Poppmeyer, creator of Phineas and Ferb. I'm going to try and get all of our favorite show creators on here. Greg Daniels, you know, everybody.
We're going to do it. It's going to happen.
We're going to do it.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But again, big interview, and then we're going to keep doing this. We'll keep answering your comments, of course.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
All right. Oh, one more thing.
What?
Brody told me to use hashtags, and I am never going to use hashtags. Let me tell you why. Because I'm not in this to share. I'm in this because if you really want to see it, you'll search for it, and you'll find it, and it's a mission because
Search
you
for
want it,
it.
you know?
Okay.
So no hashtags ever. That's
Okay.
that's
If you guys want to share it, we don't care.
We don't care. Actually, do what you want.
Do what you want. It's your choice. All right. I think we'll wrap
But
it up here.
in the classic strategy, popular MMOs, you know, I think we have to close it off with smash your face into the subscribe button. But don't hurt it, because it's very gentle.
Don't
But
hurt
smash it.
It's very gentle.
It's very gentle.
And as always, ready?
Ready?
Aim.
Aim. Fire.